to really clear this up, this is going to be really good. Focus every day on 3 high impact actions, and that's it. Everything else is busy work and everything else is BS. Just trust me on this. We've went over this before, and I just need to find an area to put this. Okay, let's put it in the top right-hand corner there. Focus every day on 3 high impact actions. Usually, number 1 is client service. Number 2 is generating appointments. And number 3 is doing appointments. Not every business has the same thing, but most follow at least this simple format, okay? Those are the 3 things you do every single day. So, Hollis, I'm going to just take your example here because you're just chimed in, okay? So, focusing on what your events are going to be doing, focusing on service, on putting that actual content together. Number 2 is generating people into the door, having it say 30 people at your first event, getting those people into the door. And number 3, actually doing the event. Okay? And then appointments after if you're going to coach them. Okay? Nate, same idea, right? Client service in your business. Number 2, generating more people, more business, more prospects so you can help potential businesses out. And number 3, actually going to those appointments and being in front of the person you're going to talk to and talking to them about your service. Yes, that is how it says, and that is the marketing aspect, getting them to the workshop. Right. So let's even define this more. Number 2 is the marketing. Okay. Number 3, I'm going to call it selling. You don't have to call it selling. I just called it delling anyways. Okay. Okay. 3. And the value of your service, actually doing that service. No, you don't have to call it selling. Call it something, though. And change your belief around selling. Most people hate sales, so they never even talk to a single person because they feel like they want to sell somebody on something. If there was no sales in the world, nothing would happen. If Esther and Jerry didn't know how to market and didn't publish this to Hay House and didn't know how to sell their book, I would not have this book. They had to sell me this book, not directly, but they'd sell it somewhere. They had to know and understand how to market and how to put this book out to the marketplace. Most authors just do it way better than others. That's why we know about their books. We can have the best book in the entire world, the most extraordinary book of secrets. But if the person doesn't know how to market this to the world, unfortunately, nobody will ever read the book. It's part of this process. Okay? And you can find audios exactly with Abraham doing its teachings around that concept. Okay? All right. Almost coming up to the end of the call here. Hopefully this is making sense for everybody. Nate says selling is the highest paid profession and the lowest paid profession. Highest and lowest. Most people, it's the lowest because they just don't know how to talk to people. And it only takes you about 30 days to really start to learn. Bill says, learn to articulate why what you do is valuable. People will buy from you. And I'm going to add to that, though, is articulate why that person could be a good fit for your product or service, how it's going to get them from where they are to where they want to be. That's why they buy your product. People don't buy quarter-inch drills because they want quarter-inch drills. People buy quarter-inch drills because they want quarter-inch holes. Most of you have heard that quote before. So, Bill, I love it. I just added to it. Most people don't really care about what you have. They care about how is it going to help me? Is it going to help me? And if it's not, see you later. And if it is, let's talk. It's a good thing. Okay. Most people are like, what the hell is this? Throw it in the garbage. And I say, this is valuable to me. It's going to get me from point A to point B, understanding wise. Let's grab it. Okay. All right. Last 5 minutes here is just all about you brainstorming and articulating the exact thoughts. Now that you're in state, we've gone over some beautiful content tonight all about money, changing the income. Okay. Just one subject out of the many subjects. Know that the more money you have, the more you can do good in this world. The less money you have, oftentimes, the less good you're going to do. Not always. Most people will argue then saying, well, look at Mother Teresa and different people in the world that didn't have a lot of economic money. They did a lot of good. Absolutely they did. But they made such a message, most powerful marketers in the world. They just didn't call themselves marketers because they could bring a message that they believed in so much with conviction to the world. They shared their message. They talked about it. They gave it to everybody. They were obsessed by the idea of what their message had conviction-wise. That brought them massive income and emotional side as well as the message spread to the world. So then they could go around anywhere. They didn't have to think about food. They didn't have to think about shelter. They were the richest people in the world because they didn't need money and they could stay wherever they wanted to. So they were rich in many ways, okay? So if you don't really want to go the economic route, you don't want to form a business and things, that's fine. But if you want to do something big and great, you have a great dream and this message you want to share to the world, then you got to be obsessed with sharing it all over the world. Every chance you get, every speaking gig you could possibly do for free, whatever it's going to be, bringing it to every single place in the world so that you bring your message to the world. Okay? It's got to be through economic, or if you're going to go the other side, then get at it. Be obsessed by the thing you want to share with the world. Okay? There's a difference there.